Coach, I guess where did you see the change in this game, kind of going from being in your advantage early on to them kind of taking command?
I think it was the end of the first half, obviously, the 10-0 run with what I thought were a number of second shot opportunities. This is a team that does as good a job as anybody that I've seen getting to the glass. When they're struggling offensively, which they were early, they go back and get it. They give themselves second and third chances, and they keep the game close. And in that instance, came back and took the lead from us. So you got to give them credit for their energy level and their concentration to going back and getting it. So in that stretch, I thought they really battled on the glass, and that changed the complexion of the game, I think, at that juncture. And then in the second half, our defense wasn't what it needed to be, in particular with regard to Battle and Brooks. I think for us, the disappointing thing is those two guys are having as good a years as anybody in our league. And so obviously we spent a lot of time talking about them prior to the game. We've had this problem in the past. We couldn't get either of them under control. And that's disappointing.
You had a lot of empty possessions in the second half where your term quick shot. It seemed like came down the floor, shot, broke, 5 seconds.
And I just don't understand that. I'm baffled by that. Especially in like we talked about it during the timeouts. Quick shots. You're on the road. They're making a run. They got the lead back. They're still within 2-3 possessions. Longer possessions. Grind it. Screen, cut, move, work the ball, get an angle. And then a couple times we quick shot it. And then a couple times I think Bryce felt like he needed to make a play, which he was very successful at in the first half. And then he was driving into traffic and still shooting the ball. Did it 2 or 3 times. On top of Jared's quick shot, Marvel's quick shot, Matt's quick shot. Can't win that way.
How much tougher are they to defend with Brooks playing the way he is this year?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's really impressed me. I've watched him a number of times. He is really playing with confidence. Very few guys with his length can go off the dribble and shoot threes like he can. But his energy level is always there, so he's always flying at the glass, and he impacts the game in so many different ways. So when you have he and Battle impacting the game, it takes all the pressure off the other guys. Now Jackson can do his thing, and Frazier, every piece fits. Jones is having a terrific, senior season, doing what he does. So, they're going to be hard to defend, especially in the deliberate style that they play.
Second half, Melson was on the bench most of
Defensively, he was breaking down big time in the beginning portion, and we were trying to get it figured out for him, and he was just struggling. They run a lot of stuff, a lot of decision making that has to happen very quickly. And he was struggling with it, and we went with Brower and Cole. They were just a little bit better able, I think, in that situation to be successful. And we were getting a few stops. I put those guys in. We got a few stops. We were still right there. So once that happened, I just got to stay with those guys.
Was there anything in particular that Penn State was doing with Cartwright? Because he obviously got off to a nice start for you early on, then wasn't.
No, they played more zone in the second half. But it's matchup. Switching, sagging, but they were backed off them a little bit more in the first half. They played a little more man, and when we got going early, they were man.
Is that it?